Hello, I am Aretris Hollins. I am the founder of Connecting Love and Marriage. I'm a relationship coach and I help couples navigate through the difficult seasons of marriage and different things that we need to keep the spark alive in our marriages. Okay, so let me adjust this camera a little bit. So thank you for joining me tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking about 5 tips to keep your spouse madly in love with you. Okay. Why is this important? Because we want our marriages to last. Okay. In the beginning of relationships, we had to work, or we didn't have to work, but we were intentional about making sure our boo liked us. We did our hair, we went out to eat, we hung out together, we did things that they enjoyed. So we were intentional about building a relationship. So while you're married, you have to make sure, just because you have a ring on it now, just because, she's giving you a couple children, just because, he is now taking care of you and the family, well, you still want to make sure you're not neglecting building a relationship with your spouse. Okay. So, number 1, the first thing you want to make sure you're doing is make sure that you are being loving. Okay. It's easy with the monotony of marriage that, you're picking up kids, you're doing all these different things. It's so easy to let your spouse walk into the house and, hey, what's up? Or, hey, how you doing? Dinner's on the table. It's important that you are as affectionate as you were before you got married. Okay, so holding their hand, giving them a kiss, make sure you greet your spouse with a kiss every day. Now, mornings, I know I have some friends that say, no, you got to wake up and give them a kiss. That depends on you and your spouse. Okay, my boo and I, we're not doing that. I love him, but we're not kissing as soon as we wake up. If we want to stay married, that's not going to work for us, So you want to make sure that you're at least greeting each other when he's leaving the house. Make sure you give him something to remember. Okay? So give him a kiss and don't let it be some boring, oh, I kissed you on the cheek. No, greet him the same way you did when y'all were dating. Okay? Because what you got him with, you want to keep him with that same thing. Okay? Don't send him out into this jungle wishing somebody was kissing on him. Okay? So, no matter how good your boo is, Next, show affection. If he's a type that likes to hold hands, if he's a type, there's something about touch that does something to us. Some men are very affectionate. It depends, and you can't just say women are affectionate. Some are, some aren't. Like, I'm not really touchy-feely. Like, as long as John is here, we can be sitting on the couch together watching TV, I'm good. I don't need to be touching. We don't, just be here. Okay? He's very affectionate. It doesn't matter. He wants to hold hands. He wants to rub. He wants to stroke hair in the ears and everything. So you have to know what your boo likes and then give him what he likes. Okay? So be affectionate with them. Let them know that you're happy. Let your actions show that you're happy to be in their presence, that you missed them. Tell them, I missed you today. Every day they're going to work, you're going to work, or you're staying home with the kids or whatever. Tell them, honey, I missed you today. I'm glad you're home. I can't wait how was your day? So be affectionate, show concern for them. Be interested in what's going on in their day. So that's number 1, be loving. Okay. Number 2, encourage each other. Let me take a step back for 1 minute. In the midst of being loving, make sure that you hug. Okay. There's something about hugging. They say that when you hug for 7 seconds, you can lift their serotonin levels. Okay. So honey comes home. He's had a rough day. If you just stand there and hug him for 7 to 10 seconds, you're increasing his serotonin levels. Serotonin actually improves your mood. Okay. So this is beneficial for you and him because as you're hugging him, he's hugging you. You're naturally, because of serotonin, it's going to naturally make you feel better. Okay. So practice doing that at least once a day. Just hug him. Okay. Number 2, encourage each other. So if they're going through a rough patch, having a problem with employment, boss is tripping, bills are due, it's tax season, a lot of people just got out of tax season. So a lot of spouses are like, look, okay, let's hold off on a minute. Encourage them. So let them know that things are going to get better. Give them words of affirmation. Tell them things that are encouraging, let them know that they're doing a good job anyway. Thank you for taking care of this. All your bosses, if they're having a problem with their boss, I don't know why your boss cutting up. You know what? You're doing an awesome job there. You're right. You're doing an amazing job. Let him know that you appreciate him. Okay. Help them see the positive side of things. So even though they're going through something, for example, tax season, let them know, well, thank God we have the money to pay our taxes, or I'm glad that we have money, because there's people out there that don't have money. Okay. Be grateful that you have a job. So whatever it is that's going to trigger that light bulb moment where they say, you know what, you're right, honey. You're right. I'm grateful for what we have. So encourage them and show them the positive side of that. Acknowledge where they are currently being successful. Okay. Let's say they're struggling with their weight and they're really upset about that. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do better. Mention things that they are successful about. Now, when he's talking about his weight, don't just all of a sudden say, well, you know what? You fixed the car the other day and that was wonderful. Okay, no. That's just going to sound crazy. But during conversation, he's going through the season, just randomly, you know what, honey, I really appreciate you fixing the car. You took care of that oil change, and it really saved us a lot of money. Okay? So, that's the next thing. Acknowledge where they are currently being successful. Areas in their life where that you are appreciating what they're doing for you. Okay. Next, know your spouse's love language. This is very important. In case you don't know about love languages, everyone shows love a different way. Everyone receives love a different way. Some affection is good. Some words of affirmation is different for everyone. Let me tell you quickly what they are. Okay. So you have words of affirmation. That means you just telling them positive things. I appreciate you. I love you. Words does it for them. Okay. Then you have acts of service. You doing things for them. A foot massage. Let me take care of this for you. Next, receiving gifts. I love gifts. I love gifts, and I love giving gifts. Normally, your love language is the language that you operate in naturally when you're trying to show love. It's normally the gift that you operate in that you do for others to let them know that you love them. Okay. So giving gifts, that's another love language. Then you have quality time. That's another language of mine. I like to just be in my husband's presence. Okay. So quality time is another love language. And then you have physical touch. Something that's not, like I said earlier, that's not mine. I'm good. We don't have to hold hands. You don't have to rub my shoulders and play with my head. No, I'm good. But for him, that physical touch is important. Now, the reason why this is important for you to know what your spouse's love language is you will know how they receive love. For example, physical touch is not mine, but it is my husband's. So I have to intentionally make sure that I'm holding him, that I'm stroking him, that I rub on his ear, just caress his hand or something. Or, we're married, so, physical touch. Okay. So, but that's what works for him. Okay. Now for me, he knows that quality time is my thing. So he often has to block out time just for me and him where we're watching TV together. And it doesn't take much for me. Like I said, you on the couch, we watching this together. Good to me. That's all I need. Don't need nothing else. You gonna get the ice cream for me too? Now, your gift today is you're gonna bring the Haagen-Dazs from the freezer to me. God bless you, my love. You just made my day. Okay? So, simple things like that. If you don't know your love language and your spouse's love language, I encourage you, click the link in my bio. Okay. If you're on Instagram, click on my profile. There's a link there. Click on that. The top option there is going to direct you to the love language assessment. It's an online quiz. You go and take the assessment. It'll tell you exactly what your love language is. It tells you what most likely works for you. Your spouse can also take the assessment, and it will really help you in connecting with each other and knowing what works and what doesn't work. Okay. So number one, be loving. Number two, encourage each other. Learn those love languages because it's really important. Okay. Show gratitude. Do not take your boo for granted. Okay. Whatever it is that they are doing, show appreciation. Flattery will get you everywhere. Everywhere, especially with men. Men love to be complimented. Men love for you to dote on them. Men, we do too. Because I love, tell me how wonderful I am. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, I'm your. Did you just call me beautiful? Yes, honey, you're my new best friend. So the same things with men. Showing that you appreciate the little things that they do, not just the big things, the little things that they do. Okay. Appreciate them for things that they do that they do on a regular basis too. Like even to them, it might just be routine. But the fact that you're taking time to acknowledge the little things, they're going to love that. Okay. So number one, be loving. Number two, encourage each other. 3, show gratitude in anything that they're doing that's positive. Okay. Also, be genuine. Okay. If you know me, I can be very sarcastic. And sometimes stuff comes out of my mouth in a certain way, and I don't mean it necessarily that way, but it comes out that way. So I have to work on my tone and work on how I say things and make sure it's not coming out sarcastically. So make sure that when you're giving these compliments and you are showing gratitude, that it actually sounds like you mean it. Okay? Number 4, don't talk bad about your body. Don't talk bad about your body. Okay? It's one thing to say something like, oh, I'm gaining a little bit of weight, a little bit of weight, and clothes aren't fitting me too well. That's different. Some women go on tangents about how bad they feel they look. Number 1, that's a self-esteem issue. Okay? That needs to be addressed. But when you rag on yourself and you're tearing yourself down, it makes your husband feel uncomfortable. Okay? If you're constantly saying, oh, I'm so fat. Oh my gosh, look how horrible I look. Oh my gosh, look how bad my hair is. It makes them feel uncomfortable. Number 1, if your boo is still with you and he's not complaining, he likes it. He does. Okay? Even if you've gained weight, let's be clear. I used to be a size 10 when I got married. I've given my lovely husband 4 babies. Okay? 4 babies. And I'm thickums now. I'm thickums. I'm not as small as I used to be. But my husband is not complaining about that. Be clear, when you're married, however you're looking right now, if your husband is not complaining, he most likely likes it, is okay with it. Another problem with you ragging on yourself, it makes them uncomfortable because they don't know how to respond. It scares men. When you say, honey, do I look fat in this? Stop asking your boo that, please. He doesn't know how to respond. He's scared. Like when you say that, he gets scared. Like, oh my gosh, what do I say? What do I say? Oh my gosh, if I say that she's fat, she's going to be mad at me. If I say she's skinny, she's going to say I'm lying. How do I answer that? Now, of course, there's safe ways to answer that without actually answering the question. Most men are now in panic mode and not thinking about the safe ways to answer that question. So, you know how you look, boo. Okay? Do not rag on yourself. Now, of course, if you feel like you've gained too much weight, start working out. Ask him to work out with you. There's different things you can do, but he does not, it makes him feel uncomfortable when you're insulting your body because he likes your body. Okay. And trust me, if he's not complaining about, men will complain. They won't complain. They know how to let you know that you gained a little weight and it's too much for them. I don't think John's ever said that to me though. But they have a way of letting you know. Now, it's one thing if he's being rude and saying, "Oh, you done got fat." No, don't play them games. But let his admiration for you show through. He isn't complaining. He still wants to hug up on you. He still wants to get close. Okay, so covering 5 tips to keep your spouse madly in love with you. Number 1, be loving. Number 2, encourage each other. Number 3, show gratitude, appreciate even the little things. Number 4, don't talk bad about your body. Also remember, I have the love language assessment on my website. Go click the link in my bio. The first tab that's there, it'll send you to the love language assessment. You want to take that assessment so you know your love language, your spouse's love language, and you're able to fulfill each other's needs in that way. Okay. Number 5, compliment your spouse often. Tell them how good they look. Okay. The same way you want your husband to come home and tell you how wonderful you look. You know, you're going out to church, the movies, Walmart. You know, you want someone to say how good you look. You want someone to acknowledge how your hair looks. You want someone to acknowledge how your legs look in that skirt. Okay. You want someone to appreciate how you ironed your clothes and fit them on you, you know, so well. The same thing works for them. Okay, like I said earlier, flattery gets you everywhere. And it does not take much. Okay? You don't have to go on for 10 minutes about how wonderful they look. A simple, "Hey boo, yo cut looking real tight today. You looking real good. You looking a little too good today. Oh, his chest all puffed out. Oh yeah, I am looking good. I sure am looking good." Okay? These things will draw him closer to you. Okay, because whenever you are being fed emotionally, whenever you are feeling good, whenever someone is making you feel good, it draws you closer to them. Okay, so flattery will get you everywhere. Tell them how good they look. So, and there's one more that I'm going to share with you, and this is the bonus. I've been married 16 years. Well, it'll be 16 this year. And it's easy. Like I said, 16 years, 4 kids, working, you know, we're running in 5 different directions sometimes. Keep up your appearance. Okay? I want you don't have to do it every day. But every once in a while, take out your heels. Put them on for them. Okay? Take out that dress. Because we all have that dress. We all have that dress that makes him stop and say, where you going? Where you wearing that to? Take out that dress. Put on those heels for him. Okay? We all have that dress. I got a couple. But the thing is, you wore that when you were dating him. You know how he likes to see you dressed. Now, that isn't for everybody. Okay? Everybody doesn't need, or every man is not interested in the heels and the dress. You know, some like when you wear the baggy clothes. Some like for you to show a little cleavage. Some like you in jeans and Timberlands. For some reason, I put on jeans and Timberlands, and my husband looks at me like, okay, all right. I think it's that New York, because I'm from New York, and it gives him a little feel of New York. He likes all that fire from New York. Okay, so get dolled up. Do the things. If you wore makeup when you first got together, put some makeup on. Get your hair done. Get your nails done. Do those things. Even though we like to fight it, we are naturally visual people. Okay, we look at people to determine whether we want to draw closer to them or move further away from them. When you were dating, you did all the wonderful things that drew him closer to you. Now, I'm not saying that you're now just this physical being and that's all you. No, but every once in a while, hey, keep his eye on you. Okay. If you're having a date night, even if it's just date night at home, because I made my like 2 lives ago. I spoke 2 lives ago. Not 2 lives, 2 lives. But when I went live on Instagram 2 weeks ago, I spoke about having date night with your spouse. Remember, date night based on your budget. It doesn't have to be you going out to eat. Date night can be you sitting, putting the kids to bed early, and you and your boo are just sitting on the couch watching TV. Okay? If you're going to have date night like that, get dressed up. Put some lipstick on. And you don't have to do too much. You do what's going to make your boo look at you. Okay? You do what's going to interest them and excite them. Okay? So you don't have to. I know it works for us. You do what's going to excite him. And you know exactly what to do because it's what you did to get him in the first place. Okay? So, let's recap one more time. We're reviewing 5 tips to keep your spouse madly in love with you. Okay? The first one was be loving, be affectionate, touch. Remember, 7 seconds of touch raises the serotonin level and increases your mood. It makes your mood more pleasant. Okay? Number 2, encourage each other. Whenever you're going through something, find words of affirmation. Find words to lift up your boo's spirit. Okay? If you do not know your love language, click the link in my bio. It's the first one, the top one in my bio. Take that assessment. It's going to direct you. You're going to put your email in there, and it's going to direct you to the assessment page. Okay? This is important to know because in order for you to effectively reach your spouse, you have to know what they like. Okay? You can always ask them, but take the assessment. It'll be fun for you and him to take. Okay? 3, show gratitude. Be grateful for even the small things. Okay? Number 4, don't talk bad about your body. It makes them nervous and it scares them and they don't know what to say. Okay? So, and most likely he loves your body. Okay? He most likely still loves your body, does not mind that you got a couple extra rolls here and there. It's just more to hold on to. I'm just saying. Just more to hold on to. Okay? Compliment your spouse often. Tell them how attractive they are. Tell them how you are attracted to them. Tell them how good they look. Tell them how that soup show is fitting him real well. Just make him feel good about how he looks too. The same way you want someone to tell you, or you want him to tell you how good you look, you do the same thing to him in return. Okay, and the bonus, get dolled up for your boo. Lay it on them, girls. Okay? Put the dress on, put the heels on. If that's not what he's into, whatever he's into now. Okay? He might like you in a wife beater and some jeans. Some men like that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. John actually likes me in a wife beater too. Okay. Do they still call it wife beater? I know that's an old school term. I'm a little older. Oh, I'm not that old. But wife beater, I don't think they say wife beater anymore. In case you don't know what a wife beater is, a wife beater is a tank top that men used to wear. That's a bad term now that I think about it. Anywho. So, I hope this helped you. Once again, I'm Maritris Hollins with Connecting Love and Marriage. I am a relationship consultant. I help couples navigate through the tough patches in their marriage and learn how to create a marriage that they love. Okay? Click the link in my bio. Stay connected with me. Number 1, click the link in my bio and take that love language assessment. And number 2, right under that love language assessment is another tab that says, let me show you how to create a marriage that you love. You want to click on at least one of those. Click on both of them. Okay, and they're completely free. Okay, so hope you have an amazing day. Your homework, implement one of these strategies. Okay, I want you to go back through these, implement one of these strategies into your marriage. And I'd love to hear from you. If it's something that you normally don't do, if you normally are not affectionate and your boo is affectionate and you try it, I want to hear from you. Tell me how it works out for you. Okay. If you have, so that's your homework. And then if you have any other questions, a lot of my lives, I like to answer questions that different couples may have, or wives, because I do cater mostly to wives. Most of my following are women who've been married and have children and are working, or taking care of their families. So if you have a question about relationships, if you are facing a challenge in your marriage, you can always DM me, and I would love to chat with you and see what I can do to help you. Okay, and I'll probably respond to your question live too. Okay. So take the assessment. Click the link in my bio. Do your homework. Let me know how it works out for you. You can comment here or DM me. And then if you have questions about marriage, DM me. All right. Hope you have an amazing evening, love. You are beautiful. I promise you, you are beautiful. All right. Love you and have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.